Hello, I'm Ausolot, and I believe I've discovered what the letter A in Pokemon Legend Z-A means. Alright, so a lot of people on the internet have been discussing and talking about Pokemon Legends Z-A because it was announced about a week ago on the 27th of February, February, and it's been the talk of the town, the talk of the Pokemon community, and everyone's been putting their stick in thoughts. Sure, let's go with that. But putting all their ideas and stuff forward, and in this video, I'm gonna discuss what I personally believe what the A in Legend Z-A means. Alright, so this is my little thing I've made here. I made an entire, I guess you call PowerPoint kind of thing. It's not really a PowerPoint. I just made this entire thing in Krita and have a bunch of layers I'm just going to overlay to show you what I believe is the A in Pokemon Legends Z-A. So here we go. We have our Zygarde, our 10% form, 50% form, and complete form, or better known as 100% form. So these are our base Zygarde forms, right? We know these exist. So let's break down Legends Z-A real quick. Alright, so Pokemon Legends Z-A. So we got that right here. Right here, Z-A, obviously Legend Z-A. Zygarde, so there's a hyphen right here for Legend Z-A. So I believe that means that the Z and the A are literally connected, and the A is a part of Zygarde himself, because a hyphen is used to join words together. So yeah, that's my first initial thoughts on Z-A, is that the A here is like perhaps a part of Zygarde, or maybe this is a piece he lost long ago and we have to introduce him to it, re-merge, whatever the thing I'm trying to say is, because as you can see in the logo here, it's all black and this one is slightly green, and maybe this black part represents Zygarde before he combined with whatever this is. So that's one thought to keep in mind. But the Z-A could also refer to another thing. So, as we all know about Pokemon X and Y, that they're based on the, the coordinates. The x-axis, okay, for Xerneas, he represents, the ground, the side one, and then we have Yveltal, which represents the up one, which also indicates the sky, death, life and death. But then we have a third one, Z-axis. See how I capitalize Z and A? This could be what this refers to. So that's what, so XYZ axis ZA, that could be a possibility. I mean, I'll go into further what I think the A also means, but yeah, XYZ, so X-axis, Y-axis, and Z-axis. Then here I made this fun little drawing with poorly drawn letters, but Y represents height, X represents width, and Z represents depth. So think of like a 2D picture, right? You drew a picture, right, from a side point, YZ, and then to make it 3D, you make it Z depth. And this is the Cartesian coordinate system, which some people might have known. But an extra little bit of tidbit, the Cartesian refers to the French mathematician and philosopher René Descartes' Cartesian coordinate system. He's one of the people who actually discovered it. I think there's some other people, but he's the most, I think he's the one that pioneered it, perhaps. So I think that this has always been known, but this is just kind of a refresher for who I didn't actually know that it was based on a French guy, and Kalos is in France, so that's fun. So yeah, this is initially what X, Y, and Z means, but let's take a quick look at the initial trailer and take a little bit deeper look into the symbolism in the trailer. Alright, so this is the trailer for Pokemon Legends Z-A. I'm not playing any audio because I don't know if Game Freak's gonna slit my throat and then like silence me, so no audio. But as we can see here, urban redevelopment plan, right? This person is drawing up some sketches right here. So they've got the X and Y axis for, you know, X for width, Y for height. But as soon as we get to this point, we have Z, depth. So X, Y, Z, the 3 dimensions of, I guess you could say, reality. So I like this bit of symbolism in the trailer. X, Y, Z, right? For the Pokemon. And, you know, it goes all the way to, you know, you circle around, blah, 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 and then it goes to a an extra view of the Lumio City, which the entire game will be based in. So that's a very interesting little, you know, tidbit. Or not tidbit, a little bit of symbolism in the trailer. So that could also be what Legends Z-A means, the Z-axis. So let's get into the A portion now. Well, first, let's revisit some certain numerals from another language, I guess. Yeah. Alright, so here's this other thing that I've seen a few people online talk about, that the A, right here, could also be based on lambda, which is a Greek letter of the alphabet. So that got me thinking and doing a bunch of research and compiling a bunch of, you know, not Greek-related things, but some interesting correlations between lambda and the A. So what other Greek letters do we know about that refers to Pokemon? Well, we know about Alpha, and that refers to Kyogre, which is the Alpha, well, not the Alpha Pokemon, but technically Arceus is the Alpha Pokemon, Alpha and the Omega, you know, because he's a god. But Alpha could also mean beginning and end, because we also have Omega here. The symbol is a Greek letter. These are both Greek letters, and this one refers to Groudon. So these are the ones we also know about. We also have a third one, Delta, which Rayquaza is based on. This will make sense soon, I promise. I'm not just listing off a bunch of random Pokemon. I'm getting to the point that I'm trying to make here. So we got Delta for Rayquaza, because he's the Delta Pokemon. I'll have a little bit more info to share about the Delta symbol, what it could also mean relating to this. But we also have a few more Pokemon that it could be based on. So we also have Zeta, Z. So I don't know if this has been talked about in the past, but Zeta or Z could also refer to as Zeta or Zygarde in the Greek alphabet. So we have Z, and it just so happens we also have a few others. X, Chi, or it's pronounced Chi, and that also perhaps could refer to Xerneas, because he's the life Pokemon, X Pokemon. And Chi in certain Asian cultures, Chi is like your life force, or just inner energy. I'm not that too researched, is that a word, on the subject of Chi, but I do know it refers to like some form of life force that a person has. This next one, you can guess which one it's gonna be, is Psy. So you are immediately thinking, the hell does Psy have to do with these Pokemon? So it could, wrong one. It could refer to Yveltal, because as you can see, these little fork thingies, right here. I'll do that one. These little fork thingies right here. That's a weird layering. These kind of look like his little fork things on him. It's a bit of a stretch, and you know, it is a bit of a stretch, I will admit, but there is some connection. We've had so far several coincidences that each of these can fall under a Greek alphabet. So then that falls to Lambda, which is part of the Greek alphabet. Where's my right thing here. So that obviously could probably refer to whatever this A is, whether it be a Pokemon or something else. So that is very interesting. Do you guys agree with this? I would love to have people agree with me, because I've just been on like a mad road to freaking like it's all connected kind of mentality. So yeah, this video might be kind of long because I'm going to go even further. So what do I think all these have in common? Is that the next one? Oh gosh, gotta subtract all this. So where are you? Right here. So the A could also refer to this, an archaea. An archaea is a single-celled organism that is genetically distinct from bacteria. It plays an important role in the ecosystem. And we know what Zygarde shtick is all about. If I could find the thing here. Here we go. The button. Why I can't do that layer. The ecosystem. There we go. We got there. Zygarde protects the ecosystem. And Archaea just so happens to start with the letter A and is a single-celled organism. And it's not a bacteria, it's actually a completely different part of the animal kingdom, or microbacteria, or micro whatever thing. It's actually a very important thing, because you actually have these in your stomach right now. They help you, I think they help you digest stuff, or it's in your intestinal lining. I think it helps with like breaking down stuff in your stomach. It's also in nature and other animals, so it's a very important part of the ecosystem. I also learned that the word archaea is derived from the Greek word archaios, meaning ancient or primitive. Greek. It just so happens that this word also means something in Greek, which is archaios. So what this A could be, is that this? Nope, that's something else. So that's what this A could represent, is some ancient thing that is something important to the ecosystem that also connected to Zygarde. It's a few connections that are a bit stretchy, but it's ones that I'm willing to make. Sound like Lord Farquaad. It's some connections I'm willing to make. But, you know, it makes sense, right, on paper. It starts with the letter A. All these other Pokemon are from the Greek. Oh, I forgot to mention that all of these... the hell are they? All of these, I'm missing Alpha, and this one. All of these revert to what I believe is just nature in general. Most of these are used in calculations for quantum physics and stuff. Use a lot of Greek letters, especially lambda. Lambda is used in calculations, I'm fairly certain, with my research I've done on quantum physics, which is I looked at words and said, sure. Is that lambda? It is actually it's used to form calculations on wavelengths, I think. So light, I think sound, stuff like that. Light specifically, though. But I also think we could just round all this in just meaning the ecosystem, right? We could just do that. This all means the ecosystem. So, that's where we get into, where the heck is it? There it is. This thing right here. I believe the A equals the ecosystem. Well, Y is death, X is life, and Zygarde, Z, is order amongst them, and A is the ecosystem they all coexist in. I hope this makes sense. Again, I'm a bit of a mad man where I don't know where I was going with that, but it's all connected, right? I'm just making so many connections. So let's just say this is true, right? And the A is also part of the ecosystem. So let's jump into something a little different. Alright, so you probably know what these are. These are both Lumio cities. This is a picture of Lumio City from the present. It's actually just a picture labeling all the different landmarks and stuff that are in the city. And this one, my thing here, this one is from the trailer, where we get to see it in its 3D XYZ axis form, like the blueprint. But if we also look over here, right here in the center of Lumio City, the Lumio's tower is actually called the Prism Tower, which is very interesting. So a prism is an object that is like a triangular form that takes in white light and then separates that into all the visible wavelengths of light. Why is this important? Well, as we can see, we have all the colors here that just so happens to line up with these. All of these plazas here. All of these plazas just so happen to correlate to some of the colors. You can't see that. Some of the colors that a prism can produce in all visible wavelengths of light, which is fascinating. The fact that Lumio City is called Prism Tower holds probably some sort of significance. Why would you just call something the Prism Tower just to get a good giggle out of it? There's got to be some reason. It could just be symbolism, right? Another fun fact is that each of these avenues are actually based on... They're all in French, but they all mean the seasons in French. I think autumnal is something based on autumn. I think hibernal is hibernation, which also means winter. I think this one's summer or spring, or this one's summer. So all of them are summer, spring, autumn, or fall, and winter. It's a very interesting tidbit. I don't think it has anything to do with this, but maybe it does. Who knows? So yeah. Yeah. I'm going to color these in so it's a little bit easier to see which ones are red, green, and etc. So give me a second. Alright, so I went ahead and colored each of these plazas a different color. Rouge, red, Juan, I can't see it anymore, is yellow, I believe, and vert is green, and blue is blue, and magenta is magenta or violet-y purple. Why am I showing you this? Well, if we go ahead and overlay, let's actually make this slightly transparent. If we go ahead and overlay, it's not moving. If we go ahead and overlay these two together, you get kind of an interesting look at things, right? So as you can see, they don't quite line up. So if we go back here, this watery tunnel doesn't exactly line up with this watery tunnel. Well, let's make it line up. So let's go ahead and rotate this one so that these ones actually are connected. Oh god. Geez. I think I had it. Oh boy, there we go. Oh, no. There we go. Alright. Oh, they were lined up a little better. Oh geez. I had these lined up pretty good before. Maybe I gotta make it a little smaller. I had them lined up pretty good. So that's about right. Not perfect. But as you can see, these colors, if we swap around, this one's magenta. This one is red. This one in the corner is yellow. This one on the top is green. And this one is blue. So I'm putting this information out there, just maybe someone can do something with this, or maybe I'll make a video in the future explaining. This is going to be a long video. Explaining what I also think that these could also mean in terms of the city itself when we're playing the game. Perhaps it's something we should do with the colors. Maybe we're collecting this a Pokemon or item, whatever it could be. But yes, that's a very interesting tidbit. What we actually never realized is right here as well. Right here, well, it's purple now. right there is Kalos, and you can actually see each of the dots. This one's magenta. That's the only one I'm going to cover in. But that little dot is magenta, right there. And this one is red, or was some green. This one was green. One of these was green. So we can actually see the dots from the freaking original Kalos map, which is very interesting. So that's interesting. So that means the red has something, or not the red, the colors, the prism has maybe something to do with, where the hell is it? There we go. Has something to do with, you know, these. So that's one little thing that I found out. Let's jump into the next point, which is not that, which is Zygarde. Another point that I can make is that we also have the prism sort of on Zygarde here. We got the red, we got the orange, we got the blue. There's no light blue on the prism, but we also have white, which is all colors. So, and he also has red on his outside. This could just represent death, life, he's order, you know. So there is that. So that's why I believe the Prism Tower is connected to Zygarde, because he can shoot out probably white light, which I'll get into a little bit what that could be. And that's what I think this A could also be, is a prism. So let's change subjects again. Well, not necessarily. Mega Evolution, right? The big talker in this region. Remember how I said it's a prism? Well, we just so happen to have a lot of the same colors in a prism in Mega Stones, which are the 5 colors as mentioned, plus some others. So, wink wink nudge nudge, Mega Evolution could be connected to Zygarde as well, through this prism-like stone or Pokemon. What's the next one? Right, so let's get into some connections. Where did Mega Evolution originate? Well, legends say it originated with Rayquaza, where Rayquaza Mega Evolves by eating meteors that then react with his Mikado organ, or Emperor organ. Mikado literally means emperor in Japanese, and this merges the meteor with Rayquaza's energy, resulting in Mega Evolution. So this is how Rayquaza can Mega Evolve without a keystone, because his Mikado or Mikado organ acts as a keystone. Normally you need a keystone, which is a human and a Pokemon holding a Mega Stone, and that's how you get Mega Evolution. Alright, let's jump to the Kalos region right here. So Mega Stones were created when AZ used the ultimate weapon 3,000 years ago, transforming them, it irradiated evolution stones, transforming them into Mega Stones. The ultimate weapon used Xerneas and Yveltal as a power source. So that's how the Mega Stones were created in Kalos. So obviously we have two conflicting things here. One was created from the Mega, or the freaking thingy-majiggy, and Rayquaza was done with, you know, he ate meteors. So let's go to this third tidbit right here. The Devon Corporation researched the ultimate weapon and discovered Infinity Energy. Infinity Energy is made by using Pokemon Bioenergy. So this is in a lab, or not a lab, a thingy-majiggy, which a boat, or no, like a town that sunk or something. They were researching Infinity Energy, and they discovered, well, they were specifically researching the ultimate weapon, which they discovered that Infinity Energy is made by using Pokemon Bioenergy. So, that means that Infinity Energy equals Mega Evolution. So if you get Infinity Energy, you just get Mega Evolution. Which also brings us to this. This is a poorly drawn picture of a made-up organ from a Pokemon that doesn't exist called the Mikado organ. And I think that these two do the exact same thing. This allows for Mega Evolution in some ways that we can't really comprehend, that won't need. Maybe this is a keystone in some way, and maybe Zygarde possesses this A, or whatever this prism-like object could be. So that's what I think the A also could be, is a Mankato organ-like thing, akin to Rayquaza. Alright, so let's jump into these. So what do these all have in common? Well, we got the A here. So we got the A here. So what I also figured out, or kind of noticed, is that the A also kind of, and right here, is kind of, also sort of does this. If you line them up, sort of, it also sort of matches the Zygarde cube from X and Y, or Sun and Moon. This one is from Pokemon Go, this one is just a sprite from the games. And if you look over here, he also has that same thing right here on his skull. This could also mean that when he achieves this form, he has this in him. It's just a possibility. It's not, this is all speculation. Again, I'm just writing on a mad scribble board saying it's all connected. But it's very interesting is that it just so happens that this has the same curvature as the triangle on him and the symbol on his, or the A, that has all these roots growing out of him, which could represent nature and stuff. Alright, so, oh gosh, not that. Another tidbit is this picture here. So we got Zygarde and Lysander with his little robot things in the A here. So an interesting tidbit is that these little robot things are actually designed to absorb Xerneas or Yveltal's energy for the ultimate weapon. So that got me thinking, maybe Lysander based his creation on freaking Zygarde himself. Maybe Zygarde can absorb the bioenergy or infinity energy of whether it be Xerneas, Yveltal, or the bioenergy of the ecosystem with this A thing. Or maybe this A thing is how he even achieves that. So that's just kind of a random thought I had that I wanted to add in this video. So yeah, because we've also seen that these open up like mouths and can be shot out like freaking rockets, which is weird. So yeah. So let's go on to my overall prediction of what I think the A in Legends A is. So here it is. This is my final prediction. The A in Z-A is an ancient prism-like keystone that Zygarde can manipulate to achieve a Mega Evolution adjacent form that is fueled by the ecosystem itself to protect the Kalos region. Unless this keystone is used by Zygarde, it becomes unstable and causes other Pokemon to Mega Evolve and act aggressively towards everything in their vicinity. Perhaps Xerneas and Yveltal will fall victim to its power. So that's my final prediction, is that the A is some type of ancient prism-like keystone that Zygarde can use, or the player can use on Zygarde, that's in Zygarde, or that Zygarde lost long ago, allows them to have a new form to protect the ecosystem. Because obviously he's probably going to get a new form that we can transfer to other games, just like Palkia and Dialga. They're abomination forms, is what I like to call them. They do not look very pretty. So hopefully he probably gets like a starfish or something. Just, I am Starro, but yeah. Those are my final predictions on what Pokemon Legends Z-A is going to be about, or specifically what the A means in the Legends Z-A. This is a complete shot in the dark, but a lot of things kind of lined up nicely, like the X, Y, Z axis, Z-A, right? The A could be the Archeros. I don't remember how I pronounced it, but it's a single-celled organism, and Zygarde just so happens to be based on a zygote, which is a literal one-cell organism. It's when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, and they make a zygote. That first little thing that is life is called a zygote. So could be related to that other single-celled organism. But like I said, shot in the dark. Who the heck knows? This could just be another Pokemon that's just, I am the A Pokemon, fear me! You know, it could just be that, but these have been my theories and speculations on what the A in Pokemon Legends A could be. So if you agreed with me, I'd love to see a comment in the comments below. I can't really hear comments. So if you want to put those in the comments below, I'd gladly read them. If you have any constructive criticism on my thoughts or prediction that, you know, that I could be wrong, I would love to hear that as well. See that as well, whatever, in the comments below. Because we don't know absolutely anything other than Mega Evolution, and it's in Kalos, and the title. That's it. That's all we can go off of. But I made a lot of connections with the Greek alphabet, the XYZ axis, Mega Evolution, Prism, all that jazz. So, like I said, final predictions. I'll stop rambling. If you agreed with me, that would be, or if you could let me know if you agree with me in the comments below. So, thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. It means a lot to me. If you want to support me, you can do so by subscribing. It would help me out a great deal and lets you know when my next upload is. So, thank you so much for watching. See ya. Up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.